its official remark on the much-touted Belt and Road Initiative put forth by the Chinese government yesterday. Addressing the BRF summit, President Vidya Devi Bhandari said that the connectivity resulted by the forum would help improve cross-border trade, investment and people-to-people connections, which she said would ultimately lead to the bilateral and regional prosperity. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanama and these are the headlines of the hour. President Vidya Devi Bhandari says the expansion of communications network through China's Belt and Road Initiative will help boost Nepal's chances of economic prosperity. Supreme Court gives an interim order in the name of the government not to bring into use over 34,000 citizenships illegally distributed some 22 years ago. US President Donald Trump says the United States is pulling out of an international arms treaty signed in 2013 by then-President Barack Obama. And title race at the English Premier League heats up as Liverpool hammer Huddersfield 5-0. We'll start with the latest national political updates. President Vidya Devi Bhandari has stated that the expansion of communications network through China's Belt and Road Initiative would help boost Nepal's chances of economic prosperity. The Nepalese president made the remark addressing the BRF summit underway in China's capital, Beijing, yesterday. President Bhandari said that the connectivity would help improve cross-border trade, investment and people-to-people connections. She added that the proposed cross-border railway between Nepal and China and the multifaceted connectivity network would help expand efficient communication means throughout the region. President Bhandari further stated that Nepal is willing to bolster bilateral and multilateral cooperation with its neighbor and other friendly nations in a bid to confront development challenges. Addressing the summit, she expressed confidence that the Belt and Road Forum would be successful in creating fair and inclusive world order and would help attain international peace and prosperity. She added that the forum's other objective is to ensure green development for the security of the mankind. Hailing the president's struggle of people of Nepal to attain the current political stability, President Bhandari said that the government's next objective would be to institutionalize changes in the daily life of the people. President Bhandari is scheduled to participate in the summit's roundtable meeting today. According to the Nepalese embassy in Beijing, she will be meeting the Chinese president on 29th of April and return home on 2nd of May. Now, the Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has held a meeting with the ministers of federal and provincial governments regarding the annual budget and programs for the upcoming fiscal year. The meeting of the Interprovincial Council that extended till late in the evening yesterday and dwelled on the ways to maintain uniformity in the budget and programs of the central and provincial governments. The Chief Minister of Province 2, Lal Babu Raut, and of Province 3, Dormani Podal, however, did not attend the meeting. The Article 234 of the Constitution has the provision to hold discussion aimed at sorting out any dispute between the federal and the provincial governments. The Interprovincial Council comprises the Prime Minister as the chairman, along with the Home and Finance Ministers of the federal government and provincial chief ministers as the members. The Supreme Court has given an interim order in the name of the government not to bring to use the citizenships illegally distributed some 22 years ago. A joint bench of Chief Justice Cholendra Samsher Rana and Justice Purushottam Bhandari directed the government not to approve the Nepalese citizenship certificate distributed illegally in the year 1997. The apex body had earlier too given a similar verdict against the Nepalese citizenship certificates that were illegally obtained by over 34,000 people. The Supreme Court has also given a stay order on the distribution of the citizenship certificates to the children of individuals who have acquired the citizenship certificates illegally. Senior advocate Borna Bahadur Karki a few days ago had filed a writ petition at the Supreme Court citing that instead of scrapping the illegally distributed citizenship certificates, children of these individuals were provided citizenships by descent. The private telecommunications service provider Ncell, which has been repeatedly refusing to pay its due capital gains tax, had filed a writ at the Supreme Court by breaching regular legal procedure. The court, however, not only accepted the writ but has issued an interim order via a single bench that would affect the ruling issued by a joint bench of 5 justices earlier. Analysts have warned that the recent turn of events would encourage the trend of evading taxes rather than help in revenue collection. More than 3 years has been spent in mere debates with regard to the refusal of Ncell to pay the capital gains tax for its selling of 80% of ownership. As the Supreme Court earlier issued directive to collect the unpaid tax, the last taxpayer office determined 62.63 billion rupees of capital gains tax owed by the company. As Ncell paid only 23 billion rupees of the total amount, the office had asked the company to pay the remaining 39 billion rupees within a week's time, which but did not include any fine and interest borne due to the delay. According to accounts experts, the exclusion of the additional amount allowed Ncell to enjoy as much as 18 billion rupees of concession. However, despite the concession, the company yet again proceeded with the writ petition. In response, a single bench of Justice Bambadur Shrestha issued an interim order to suspend the collection of tax from Ncell, contradicting the court's previous ruling, which the legal experts have termed as surprising. The campaign worth around 2 billion rupees aimed at cleaning Bagmati River has hit a snag yet again. The people dwelling at the river banks have obstructed the cleansing campaign, demanding compensation for 188 ropanis of land covered by the river. The locals have resorted to the protest without even furnishing any legal land ownership documents. The high-powered Committee for Integrated Development of Bagmati Civilization has so far accomplished 80% of the river's beautification project. The project has been initiated with the financial support of Asian Development Bank. The remaining 20% of the project's works, however, have been stranded due to the locals' protest. The remaining works of the project include construction of pavements and gardens alongside the river banks. The locals demanding compensation has the legal evidence of only 41 ropanis of land ownership. They have, however, obstructed the long-held campaign demanding compensation for 141 ropanis of land without the ownership certificates. Experts have said that the authorities should remain alert and refrain from abusing the state coffers to provide compensation by giving in to the locals' illegal demands. The federal government has introduced Nepal Livestock Innovation Program in the country's 28 different districts at the expense of 12 billion rupees aimed at improving the financial status of farmers. In this contest, we asked the people's representatives, farmers and other stakeholders how would the program help raise the living standards of economically challenged farmers at the rural level. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
राज्यले किसानको वास्तविक किसानको पहिचान गरी त्यसको लागत र बैंकिङ ऋण तथा बजारको व्यवस्थापन चाहिँ गर्यो भने कृषिमा आमूल परिवर्तन आउँछ।
पशुपालन पक्षको पशु कृषिको कृषि जुनसुकैको पक्षको एउटा प्राविधिक उत्पादन सम्बन्धित ठाउँमै अब उत्पादन गर्नु पर्यो।
बाख्राको बर्खौलै नदेखेको, गाईको गोबरै नचिनेको मान्छेले यो प्रोजेक्टमा चाहिँ झुक्काएर लोन लिने काम प्रवाह गर्ने काम भयो भनेदेखि किसानहरुलाई लक्षित कार्यक्रम सम्भव हुन्छ भन्ने लाग्दैन।
सही पहिचानको लागि चाहिँ यो हरेक चाहिँ स्थानीय तह लेभलमा चाहिँ त्यो बजेट चाहिँ दिनुपर्छ।
कृषककै भेला गरेर कृषकलाई यस सम्बन्धी सम्पूर्ण प्रक्रिया बुझाएर उनीहरुको जीवनमा चाहिँ आमूल परिवर्तन आउन सक्ने यसको लक्ष्य रहेको कुरा कृषकले नै बुझ्नुपर्छ र बीचका बिचौलिया कर्मचारी नेताको थ्रोबाट गएको कार्यक्रम कृषक कहाँ पुग्दैन हेर्नुहोस्। त्यो माथि नै त्यो शीर्षक मिलाएर अहिलेसम्म सबै सिद्धिएको छ।
And time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And your question is, what's your take on not operating electric buses inaugurated by the Prime Minister and leading to the scrapping of the agreement? Your options are A, planning without homework, B, lapses in the procurement process, and C, commission gains. Voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And with that, it's now time for the sports update.
Sports news.
Nepal is to play Hong Kong in the semi-finals of the ongoing ACC Under-16 Eastern Region qualifiers today. Nepal qualified for the semi-finals as the winners of Group A, while Hong Kong set up a clash with Nepal as the runners-up of Group B. The match is slated to kick off in Thailand in just a short while away from now. Defending champions Nepal had produced 2 wins in 3 of its group stage matches. The last match under the group stage was, however, abandoned midway due to rain. Although Nepal is favoured to win the match, Hong Kong is expected to give a tough fight in the match today. Nepal had defeated Myanmar by 7 wickets, while Malaysia by 39 runs in the group stage. Hong Kong's first match was cancelled due to rain, while it had defeated Singapore by 6 wickets and China by 278 runs. This is the second time Nepal and Hong Kong are playing each other. In the previous clash, Nepal had defeated Hong Kong by 4 wickets. Nepal had reached the target of 82 runs by losing 6 wickets. And with that, it's now time for our special segment, Media Watch.
President Bidya Devi Bhandari left on a state visit to China on Wednesday following an invitation of her Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping. President Bhandari participated in the inaugural ceremony of the Belt and Road Initiative Summit held in Beijing, which kicked off on Friday. President Bhandari also addressed the second session of the summit on Friday. President Bhandari is scheduled to meet her Chinese counterpart on 29th of April for bilateral talks. President Bhandari is scheduled to sign a few significant projects, including the protocol of the Transit Treaty, during her parley with the Chinese president before returning on 2nd of May. Nepal Communist Party announced the names of its district chairpersons and secretaries on Monday, making the occasion of the 70th anniversary of the Nepal Communist Party establishment day. Party chairman duo KP Sharma Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal addressed the special event held at Kathmandu Academy Hall. Speaking at the event, Premier Oli stated that the government could now fully focus on the country's development since the integration process had come to an end. However, few of the leaders expressed dissatisfaction for having to work under junior party cadres under the new adjustments. The issue of the government officials colluding with land mafia to transfer the ownership of 113 rupees of government land to individuals' names too made the headlines this week, as a probe committee formed by the government reported that the land of Lalita Niwas, adjacent to Prime Minister's residence in Baluwatar, was transferred to private individuals illegally. The issue became further controversial after Nepal Communist Party's General Secretary Vishnu Paudel was linked to the case.
And before we wrap up, here's a look at the top stories once again. President Bidya Devi Bhandari says the expansion of communications network through China's Belt and Road Initiative will help boost Nepal's chance of economic prosperity. Supreme Court gives an interim order in the name of the government not to bring in the use of over 34,000 citizenships illegally distributed some 22 years ago. US President Donald Trump says the United States is pulling out of an international arms treaty. The decision draws immediate international rebuke. And title race at the English Premier League heats up as Liverpool hammer Huddersfield 5-0. Liverpool at top, but Manchester City have a match in hand. And those are our latest headlines. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Stay with us for more news and entertainment here on Kantipur TV HD. Have a great day ahead.